Come out. Lemon.
We'll go for a ride. Let's go.
I don't know if it was last year or 2022 I rebuilt the base on this and painted it and all that. The sideboards are starting to get a little tender, especially these. So I've got to replace at least this one for today. Maybe the other one too, because the gate hook keeps coming out. So these are still okay, but that's garbage. So I've got to take that out. And this is something we used back since the late 70s, early 80s to haul wood out. And I know my brother put new sides on it probably in the 90s or the 80s, but I don't remember. Anyway, it's a great wood trailer, but I gotta do a little work on it before I use it. The true farmer I am. I'm gonna reuse all the screws. But he had a sawmill and he parked this underneath the conveyor to catch all the sawdust. So I need to borrow this for a pattern, so we're gonna go in the barn and cut down one. Hey Dexter, look at the size of this cat. He's huge. I do supplement him with some cat food, but well, there's. See how big he is. Alright, so I left my plywood blade on, and I use the plywood blade quite a bit just because it's a finer cut. You can't ram the wood through it, so it's not fast, but it does make a nicer cut. And so in order to save measuring, I just keep the old piece I took off. Put the fence on. Stuff going on where I think they invested in something stupid, or I don't remember exactly what the story is, but they did something bad business-wise and basically lost all their money. And now Sears is no more for the most part. Though I heard they're making a comeback. But some people like Craftsman. I don't care about the new Craftsman because they're definitely not your father's Craftsman. But you talk about Craftsman from the 60s through the 90s, I thought they were pretty good. You know, they're not like...
I'm a carpenter, and here at Sears, you get all the tools you need.
We're at a Sears store to find out why Sears is where America shops.
If one of your Sears tools should happen to break, you bring it back, no questions.
Everything I got is just about Craftsman, because I can buy replacement parts very easily.
I really don't think there's a tool they don't have.
My father has Craftsman tools. He put in the will who's going to get them, so no one fights over them.
Sears, where America shops.
Terrific values like these happen only twice a year. It's Sears National Hardware Sale. A Craftsman 117-piece mechanics tool set with case, only $99.99. For only $19.99, pick up your choice. A Craftsman 4-piece plier set, 9-piece wrench set, or 18-piece screwdriver set. And for only $299.98, get this 13-drawer Craftsman Pro chest and cabinet. And there's a lot more during Sears National Hardware Sale.
They're not like the tools that I would say the professionals use all the time. I mean, some of them, sure, but they're better than a lot of the cheap homeowner crap that's out there now, made in China. Because Craftsman, they got bought out by Stanley Black & Decker, and Stanley Black & Decker bought out Cub Cadet, and basically everything Stanley Black & Decker has bought has gone to crap. I'm sure they'll never give me an endorsement, but I don't care. So, one of the things about YouTube is eventually you'll get big enough, in theory, that you'll get sponsors, and it's something that a lot of people really want, and to some extent I think everybody does, but I also don't want to be sponsored by some product that I wouldn't use. I feel like that's a sellout, and I'm doing everybody a disservice. So I only promote anything here that I would personally use or that I think is good. So there's been a couple things that have been set forth to me that I was like, yeah, I don't know, but for sure I'll never sell myself short, and certainly not my viewers, and try to get you to buy something that I don't even think is very good for a couple bucks. Because to be honest with you, I don't need the YouTube money. I'm retired and I'm all set. But certainly a lot of you are longtime viewers, and I like having you come back. I like your comments. So I don't make the videos for the money. There's a little bit that I get, but certainly that's not the reason I make the videos. I make them because I like them. I like doing it, and I like hearing from you. And I also know that someday my kids will have these to remember me by. So there's that. But I'm not doing YouTube to try to get rich. I'm not trying to see who can amass the biggest number of subscribers or anything like that. I'm just doing it because. So anyway, these are the side supports. It's 5/4 PT. And it's pretty much what I thought, that I'm going to be short about 2 inches. It's the story of my life. So we'll just make them a little short, I guess. Could leave one long, one short, but I'm too anal for that. So they'll both be a little bit short on the front, but whatever. Like I said, I know they're a little short. Actually, nope. I guess the long side was the junk side. So I stand to be corrected. Fortunately, it's going to work. Made so the sides come off, because usually when we haul wood out, we haul it in 4-foot lengths and then cut it like 3 feet in between the tires. I've just been letting the broilers out this year. I didn't bother to use a chicken tractor on the fields or anything. I just open the door every day and let them out, and they've been working this bank over pretty good. And this one, and then they've been grubbing wherever they can. So these are box, and I had initially considered getting some the Rangers. You have to order them and get them sent through the mail, which oftentimes isn't an issue. But I just didn't get to it this year, so I'm hoping next year I can do a comparison between these X-Rocks and the Rangers. The X-Rocks, I can have them ready for market in 7 weeks. And the Rangers, I think they take about 2 or 3 months minimum, closer to 3. And sometimes you'll walk in here and you think you got a dead chicken, but she's just laying sideways with her legs out, and now she's up. Sometimes don't like these kind of birds. They think they're inhumane or whatever. But these are the same ones you get at the supermarket when you buy chicken, and they're just genetically designed. You know, they're bred for meat, and they're basically bred to be alive for 7 or 8 weeks. if you want chickens for pets, these are definitely not the ones you want. I have a small handful of pullets mixed in with these. So these guys have about a month left, and you can see that they're not laying around like they do when they're confined in the building. So the years that like last year, it was just so wet and nasty that everything outside was cold and wet, and I didn't dare let them out too much because I didn't want them to get sick. So I don't treat these with antibiotics. They get a little bit for cocci in their food when I first get them as babies, and sometimes I have them treated for Marek's disease, but I didn't do that this year. I just treated them a little bit for cocci, because what happens if you get coccidia in your flock of chickens, you'll pretty much lose your whole flock within 3 or 4 days. By the time you figure out what's going on, they're all dead. So coccidia and poultry, they don't really mix well together. And I think these chickens might be a little bit on the light side this year. Sometimes I can get up to 7 pounds around there after they're butchered, if I keep them penned right in this building, but they don't look very good. They're not really healthy. They're kind of just laying around. So I think I'd rather have them just a little bit light, and I know that I'm bringing nice healthy birds into the butcher. So some people like to butcher all their own birds, and I've been that route. I've had all the equipment to butcher birds, and not that it's hard, it's not a difficult process, but what it is, it's time consuming. Dexter's in the cellar, you'll get first dibs. Your food's right there. I keep the chickens inside until around 4 p.m. when they're done laying eggs. If I let them out now, they'll be laying eggs everywhere. Come on. Come on, guys. Here's my new setup for feeding. All this is alfalfa and timothy, and the reason I've got some of this left is because I put them out on the fresh green grass, and it gives them the squirts. Come on, guys. Good. There's a few pullets in here too, but it's mostly turkeys.